Hey guys, Ryan Alford here, host of Right About Now. Want to tell you about another show on our network, the RadCast Network, Harder Than Life with Kelly Siegel. Kelly's a personal friend, but let me tell you, even if he wasn't, I'd be listening to his show. This is about self-improvement. This is about telling you life stories and practices and principles that are good for business, good for life, and just good for your overall well-being. Kelly energy is through the roof. The dude can bench press like 1,000 pounds. And look, you'll want to bench press 1,000 pounds after you listen to this show. All the motivation and insights that you want about getting ahead in life, working out, lots of tips and tricks that you don't hear anyone else. And he's got an amazing platform, Harder Than Life, the book, the story. It is Kelly Siegel, and it is on the RadCast Network. Check it out today.
This is Right About Now with Ryan Alford, a RadCast Network production. We are the #1 business show on the planet with over 1 million downloads a month. Taking the BS out of business for over 6 years and over 400 episodes. You ready to start snapping necks and cashing checks? Well, it starts right about now.
What's up, guys? Wherever you are, however you are, whenever you are, welcome to Right About Now. It is the week of June 21st, 2024, our weekly marketing and business news of the week, and whatever the hell else we want to get into. Chris Hansen, what's up, brother?
What up, my guy? How you doing?
Hey, it's summertime. I feel like I need DJ Jazzy Jeff. Summertime. Yeah, it's hot. I know it's hot down there, and
yeah, baby,
we're bringing the heat like we always do. That's what we do around here. You know, nothing like the heat of the news. You know, the news cycle is a little slower this time of year. I was like, every week we kind of come in, and some weeks it's like, okay, I got 47 things to choose from. These days it's kind of like fighting between the 6 headlines going, all right, how can we make this interesting? No, we're always interesting, but no, there's just, look, half my friends, I know it's a little slow because like every one of my friends or something is like on the email thread or like texters or whatever, like have their like auto replies set up. I'm getting more auto replies from like friends and family members for anything I'm sending. So I know the world has slowed down just a hair maybe because I think everybody is on those after school vacations. So we appreciate you wherever you are, whenever you are. You know, hey, just because it's summer doesn't mean you can't keep Right About Now on the old podcast dial tune, as we'll call it. Whatever app you're using, we're equal opportunity. Even though most people seem to prefer us on Apple no matter what happens. So go give us some love on Spotify. Where do you listen to your podcast, Chris? Like are you Apple? Are you Spotify?
I haven't been Spotify ever since they gave the college student discount back in like 2011. That's really why I've been on it, and I just like it better. Or YouTube because I like to watch it, which people should definitely watch this because
yes,
you're just popping.
Hey man,
your stage setup is popping.
I know. Sarge's got us looking good. I got my diffuser going today. I mean, look at this thing. Look at the smoke arising. I don't know if you can see that on the screen. Maybe over here in the dark.
See it.
Yes, but
nice.
That's I think one of those knockoff hotel air fresheners. Oh, yeah. I told Sauger it's all about the brand. He's got it looking good. I got it smelling good. You know. And for video, I think his job matters more because until they get scratch and sniff videos or whatever,
can start smelling.
I wouldn't be. They'll probably have that in technology one day. You know, like you're watching a cooking show, and there'll be some kind of AI odor releaser on your phone. I don't know, all the senses that are in your Apple Video Pro. That's Drew, one of our other creators here, was telling us that ship might have sailed. We panned it when it first came out, but there was news this week that maybe they're halting the technology there. But we aren't announcing that officially, but signs point towards all's not well in the Vision Pro paradise.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anywhere anymore. Not even on social media.
Yeah, there's absolutely no talk. Like until Drew brought that up, I was like, I haven't even heard an accidental article on the Vision Pro. So not surprising, $3,200 for that piece of hardware. And a lot of people got dizzy and a lot of people were crossing the street, not looking. So whatever the benefits were to be, were not yet realized. So, it is what it is. Chris, I know you found this before this. I thought this is pretty cool. And let me give the asterisk here. I mean, this is a business show. We're not about, I think if you listen hard enough, you probably know where Chris and I's hearts and leanings are. But at the same time, it's not a religious show. But I thought this was pretty cool. Louisiana, because, look, we take the BS out of everything. And sometimes there's just like common sense approaches to life and business and everything else. So Louisiana has passed a law. They're the only state in the union that they're posting the 10 commandments in the classroom. And so, I say this, it doesn't have a ton to do with business per se, but I think teaching the character of our children and our kids as they grow up, some of the basic foundations of just how to treat one another, I think is important. So, Chris, I thought that was it's summertime, so lean in a little bit. What are the 10 commandments? Let's before we get our, anyone goes, oh, what is this? What are they doing that? Let's just see how many of these we have a problem with. Okay. The first one's you'll have no other God before me. Okay. So first couple here, God doesn't want you to have any other gods and one nation under God. So let's not go down that. Whoever we can all have that argument, but no gods other than me. Number 2 is you shall not, essentially saying you should not make things and worship them more than you worship me. Okay. All right. So one nation under God. That's what that's in the the principles with which the nation is built. Number 3, you will not misuse the name of God. Okay, so we'll let those go. Number 4, all right, we have a day of rest, and we should honor God on that day. Okay, I don't think so far I don't have any issues. Number 5, honor your father and your mother. Do we really have a problem with that? Okay. I hope not. Nash, my son Nash is here in the studio. You got to honor your mom and your father. You can do that, right? Oh, yeah. He can do that. Be kind and respectful to your parents. Okay. What do we have? I don't have any problems. Do you have any problems yet, Chris? I'm okay.
No, these pretty, we're rolling.
All right. Number 6. It's a tough one here, but you shall not murder. Okay. I don't have a problem. That sounds like a really good characteristic to have. You're not a murderer.
And also like a normal law.
Okay. Number 7, people who are married should keep all the promises that they made to that person until the end of their lives, as long as they're still together, and not commit adultery. I think that's an honorable thing to try to work towards. It doesn't always work out. This is not, again, these are principles that you're trying to attain, and we all have issues. We all have problems. There's no judging here, but that sounds like something we should all aspire to. Number 8, you shall not steal. You should not take what is not yours. Pretty reasonable, Chris.
I have no problem with that at all.
Okay. Number 9, you shall not give false testimony against your neighbor. That's saying you should not tell lies about other people. That sounds reasonable. I think we should try not to do that, really hard. And number 10, you should not want or desire what other people have. So spending too much time wanting or desiring what other people have instead of focus on yourself and trying to, become better and focus on you. Focus inward instead of outward. That's the 10. And Louisiana is the only state to have a law that it's in every classroom. So let's throw out the word 10 commandments. Let's just call these, wouldn't these be 10 great guidelines for our kids to grow, to be told, sign me up for that. So
and I would argue these are things that most parents, I would hope, are already teaching their kids, whether you're religious or not. Right?
Yeah, exactly. So, it's a business show, summer, but again, if you got a problem with this, then I don't know.
Do business with you.
I don't really want to know you anyway, because you're a
You're gonna steal
murderer.
from me.
You're a liar.
Yeah.
You covet things. You're gonna sleep with other people besides your spouse.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you
I'd
have
rather
it.
not.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see where that goes, but I'd be fine with that going in every state, some form of that. And sounds like good rules and laws to live by. So there you go. Hey, how good would the world be if we all actually did that?
Amen, brother.
So
amen.
And look, I'm no one to judge. I've done things on that I'm not proud. I haven't murdered anybody, but we've all done them. But so there's no judgment here. It's more like, hey, yeah, let's get our shit in order and like focus on what we should, and like let's teach our kids the right things. So anyway, back to the business. Nvidia is a chip maker, if you don't know who they are. And give a little education here. So all the chips that go in all the computers, so everything that makes your computer run the way it should,
Cell phone.
Hardware, software talk to each other, cell phones, anything that's sort of a computer now, which, by the way, if you haven't been paying attention to AI and everything else, all this stuff's getting bigger. And so it was just now named this week the largest company in the world by market cap. So again, we take the BS out of business. So what's market cap? The current stock price times the number of shares available in the market. Or, not necessarily for sale, but like how many are available, like whether they're held or not otherwise. So, and it 10 years ago, it was worth 11 billion. Right now it's at 3.35 trillion market cap. That's a lot of zeros, my friend.
Yeah, this is a moneymaker. I follow a lot of stock trading guys, and
10% in the last 5 days.
One of the guys in particular, I mean, he made $1 million on Nvidia last week on, I think, futures.
Jeez.
So
that's real money. And that market cap. So that's more than Microsoft, Apple, and everyone else. I thought this is an interesting chart. So their worth, they have like around 29,000 employees. So how much is this company worth per employee? 102 million per employee is the worth of this company. It is pretty much 10x the closest competitor, which is Apple, which is right around 19 million. So almost 10. We'll call it 9.5x. So, excuse me. That'd be 5x. I'm doing my math wrong. Hey, it's the summertime. Math is not perfect. 5x what Apple is. Still, Apple, widely considered the most valuable company in the world, with considering all principles. It's 5x the value per employee. Then you got Meta. I mean, this is a good stat. Like if you want to go buy some stocks, here's some good stocks to think about. We're not really a stock. We're a business show, but not really a stock advisor show. But I like this chart, value per employee. Nvidia is number one, Apple number two, Meta 3, be Facebook for you boys and girls out there. Meta / Facebook. Microsoft, Alphabet, that'd be Google. Just layman's terms, taking the BS out, baby. You can call yourself Alphabet all you want. You're Google to me. Or Android or whatever. Those in-market terms. Tesla, JP Morgan, Amazon, and Walmart. That sounds like some pretty good stocks to hold. If I was a stock holding guy, which I am, I'd be holding those. And then a dabbling of everything else. Something tells me I don't think any of those are going to fail anytime soon.
No, these are your new blue chip stocks.
That's your blue chips right there. I'm surprised Walmart's smaller than it is, but it is because they got so many employees probably. That cost per value per employee, the retail. Because that's really the only retail store on here, right? I mean, yeah, Apple's got retail, but you know what I'm saying. Apple's
their overhead is probably much higher, Walmart.
Yeah. So, Nvidia, AI, chips, computers, everything to do with that. Most valuable company in the world this week, past Apple, past a couple others, Microsoft. But that's who the stock you want. I mean, look, we say we take the BS. We're not giving you like these hot market tips. We're telling you, play the long game, baby. These are the long game stocks.
Yeah.
You know, and dabble in the rest. A little sprinkle of Bitcoin. You know, Chris likes to let it pour on the Bitcoin a little bit, but
Yeah, baby.
you know, he's got that Bitcoin wallet. Wallet's heavy. The Bitcoin wallet. What is Bitcoin? Is it above 60?
Yeah, it's over 60. It's, I think, around like 66, 65.
Just hovering in between 60 and 70, isn't it?
Yeah. It's all right.
What's the prognostication? What are the gurus saying?
I mean, the gurus are just, hey, Bitcoin or nothing. It's the long-term play. Same thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
a miracle. They're calling Bitcoin long-term now.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's appreciating.
Yeah, it is. I don't think it's going to go. It's going to have, I think, more violent swings here and there, but I do think long-term it will, you know.
I'd say put 10% of your investments into something like that.
There we go.
More of it into this Tesla, Nvidia.
Yes. There's the Chris Hansen. You know, you got the Chris Hansen on, guy on TV that gives you like the stuff you're supposed to be scared of. This is the Chris Hansen that's telling you what's the stuff to love and how to spend the stocks.
Yeah, baby.
You
make that money.
How often do you get someone ask if you know that other Chris Hansen?
Oh, weekly.
Yeah.
Weekly. Yeah. And luckily, everyone loved that show, To Catch a Predator.
Oh, they did. Yeah.
The original pedophile hunter, bro.
He was, dude.
He was ahead of his time, if we're being real.
He was. He was Hansen before there was Hansen, so.
Yeah. It's usually followed up with, when he would be like, why don't you have a seat for me? Or tell me why you have these wine coolers and KY jelly with you. Please explain this, Mr. Pastor. Yeah. It was always like a baseball coach, a youth pastor, a firefighter. It's like, come on,
exactly.
man.
It's like, oh, jeez.
So, anyways, he was a hero. So I'm honored to share the name.
Yes, I liked him. He's still doing some bits here and there. It's all like undercover stuff. Again, we like to bring the tips to the people here, Chris. And this is a good one. Fast food managers in California are now earning up to $174,000 a year. Fast food, baby. I mean,
cake.
Turn in those burgers and fries, and hey, it's my pleasure.
In-N-Out burger.
In-N-Out burger, whatever it is, California, whatever those California fast food places are. And 174 big ones. Now, the bad news is the taxes and the cost of living in California. It really, and how much you have to give to every other cause that they want to give to. So you're really making like $33,000. But
yeah, they're taking about 80% of that from you.
They take 80% out hard. Gavin Newsom needs a new, pool in his backyard. Isn't that his name?
Wants to expand his winery.
Yeah, his winery, and take all the other politicians out to dinner. But hey, at least you can say you made $174K. But what'd you say? You saw McDonald's in Miami area, 97K. I'm
driving on I-75 from Tampa to Miami, and I see a billboard. McDonald's managers making $97,000 apply, and I literally wanted to stop and take a picture. Where I'm like, all right, you guys got no excuses anymore, dudes. You can make $100,000 working at fucking McDonald's as a manager. Like, you don't need to go to college. Use that as your starter job.
Yes. I mean, 6 figures as a restaurant, as a fast food manager. It's just still crappy job.
You know what?
It's just like.
Well, that's why I'm like, it's a shit job. I don't want to do it. So maybe they deserve a little bit bump in the pay.
You got to be turning some burgers out if you're paying $100K. I mean, you got to be moving it.
I'd like to know fast food managers compared to, say, a retail store in the mall, Hollister, Abercrombie.
Oh, it's got to be more. I mean, the volume's more at the fast food. I mean, I know that retail's come back and all, but I'd still think it would be more.
Yeah.
I mean, how much is a store manager at Belk making? Or Macy's?
70.
Maybe 70. I don't know.
I
And you're dealing with
find one to come on the show.
It's just who you have to manage and you have to deal with. It's just like
exactly my thought process.
That's why you get paid. I mean, that and dealing with the consumer at that level is like probably unbearable. You know, like even if you're a saint, like, and you're just the world's most patient person, like it's just not,
dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I valeted cars at high-end restaurants, and you're still dealing with a lot of personalities.
Yeah.
And I'm sure fast food is 10x.
And I mean, think about like, you know, with online gigs and like all the other stuff, like if you could figure it out, like, is you really going to, you know, go sit in a fast food place? It's just not, you're not going to spend that money. I mean, you're not going to want to deal with that to make that money. And so like, and then in California, you got to pay the taxes. So check that out. Our good friends at Wall Street Journal did a story on a day in the life of a California fast food manager who makes $174,000 a year. So you get to learn everything about what goes into that and how much gets taken out, you know, and gas prices and everything else, the cost of living. I mean, you got a new hire starting that's moving from California, and like literally, you know, it's like there's like buses headed out.
Oh, huge, man. Yeah, everyone I know.
And I know there's a lot of people. I mean, it's not everyone, but there's still a lot of people leaving.
Yeah. No, my sister's still there. She's still holding strong.
What, is she in LA?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Been there for like 4 years, I think. 5 years.
Yeah. Look, I like LA. I like California. I love the weather. I just couldn't deal with some of the stuff that people have to deal with in certain areas. I'm sure it depends on where you're at.
It's just in a bad season right now.
Yeah. I think it's gotten a little better, but I don't know. Just a little different out there. In other business news, I don't know the exact business application of this today, but it's one of those still, I think, worth mentioning. Engineers have designed a robot capable of jumping 656 feet.
That's insane.
High. It's 6 times higher than the previous record. That's
these are for construction jobs, man. Moving that plywood to the 30th floor, just send the jumping robot up.
That's almost so. A football field is what, 900 feet. So you got 100 yards times 300. That's 2.5 football fields. Is that right? 100 times 3. Am I doing that? 300? No, 2 football. Yeah, like 2 football fields in length. That's how high it can jump. Using a combination of mathematics, computer simulations, and laboratory experiments, the researchers have discovered how to design a robot with the optimum size, shape, and the arrangement of its parts, allowing it to jump high enough to clear obstacles many times its own size. I
want to see the landing. Like, how are you absorbing the impact after a 656-foot jump?
Combine that AI smarts with this jumping ability.
It's Terminator, bro.
We're going to have basketball goals 600 feet up in the air and robots playing.
Robot.
Here comes the windmill dunk.
League.
I can't see him up there. Get your binoculars out.
It's insane, man.
It's like supposedly they're using them in business for like places that you can't get to and stuff like that. It's like they need to get up there and they have a camera on them or something and they can jump up and I don't know. I mean, you can be able to jump to the moon eventually, right? Like, so I have no idea the point of this in definitive business every day, but it is a feat that has been had, and it came to us from our good friends at manchester.ac.uk, our UK sibling over there in media. This is an interesting stat for business, Chris. It doesn't shock me. There's some other stats behind it. So a YouGov survey reveals that most American men own at least one suit, but 28% never wear them. 28%. Most, so it's like 90% of like all men own a suit, but 28% never wear them. I think it's...
How many suits do you own?
3 or 4.
And how often do you wear them?
I haven't... Weddings, funerals, church. Occasionally, it's like something like...
I've seen you in a jacket and a shirt, not a button down.
Yeah.
A sport coat.
Yeah. Like it wasn't even church, not really suits anymore. It's like, so it's just really like weddings and funerals. And maybe,
I think post-COVID suits kind of
business it's just gotten a lot more casual. And I don't know. Like I've been in the ad agency business my entire career. And even, 20 years ago, ad agency business wasn't a lot of suits. I mean, like occasionally some kind of executive board meeting or something.
Like a button down and pants?
Yeah, that or even
T-shirt.
Fancy T-shirt, jeans or something, depending on what it is. If it's a big client meeting, maybe a golf shirt. If it's like some kind of outing or something, like just depends. And then now, I mean, you own your own company. I'm like, get me some jeans and a T-shirt, baby. I mean, I don't care where I'm going. Like you're paying me for my ideas, not what I'm wearing right now. And you got to get to a certain point. Like, sorry, like just. I mean, now you're wrong. If we're going to a place where it's like expected, if I'm going to Churchill Downs with a client or something, I'm in a freaking, I don't know, what are you, bow tie or something? I don't know. Yeah. I can't really pull a bow tie off. That's really not my thing, but I bet you're a bow tie guy. I can see Chris Hansen with a bow tie.
I've done them before.
Not because you do it regularly. I just feel like you could probably pull that off.
Yeah, I've got some bow ties I've rocked here and there.
Ah, yes.
But even now, like I had a wedding this weekend and I was debating like, do I wear a tie or not? And I would say maybe 30% was wearing ties. And I feel like it used to be a lot more than that. It's also summertime in Miami, right? So it's
expected.
Hot. Right.
Some linen, button shirt.
I've got a lot of suits, but I definitely wear them much, much less than even when I was out in the medical sales stuff. Doctors were almost like, if I showed up in a suit and tie in Texas, they'd be like, dude, what are you doing? Like,
yeah.
Dude, like jeans, sport coat, still look good, but it almost goes against you when you're overdressed in some ways. Like you look like you're an amateur.
Trying too hard. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like
when I was in college,
I like
wear
a nice
suit
black
to my
tie
class.
event with a tux or something.
Yeah.
I could get behind that. But I have those like once every 2 or 3 years. Like,
Well, dude, like right now, what am I going to go put a suit on to go walk around to buy dog food? Like I don't, and then spend $100 to dry clean it all just to like
exactly
look cool for a couple hours.
Sweat through it for a couple hours.
Yeah. It's just like not even economical at this point.
We should do a man on the street just filming you in a tux, like walk around all day and just see how many people ask you where you're going or what you're doing.
That's a great idea.
Social experiment of how rare it is now. Sorry, when's the last time you wore a suit? Like, how often do you wear a suit?
Weddings.
Yeah, weddings only. So once a year, a couple times a year. Yeah.
Even the wedding, I didn't wear a button down. I wore like a nice T-shirt in a full suit.
Drew, same thing. Yeah. Nobody wears suits anymore. I mean, I love people that wear suits. And I was thinking about this the other day, like, because I was watching the news. We have a business show, and I was watching like what people wear on set. A lot of these guys still wearing suits. Even the Sports Center guys, the hosts or like whatever, still rocking those suits a lot of times. I'm like, dang.
But that same as like the NBA guys getting off the bus. I feel like part of that's like, it's like the culture, some of it.
It is. It makes sense.
Because their professional wear is gym clothes.
Yeah. That's right. Well, there's only one thing that I'm always going to wear. Yeah. So no matter what.
What's that?
We know what that is. Yes, it is the hats for Branded Bills. BrandedBills.com, the official merch sponsor of Ryan Alford, Chris Hansen, and right about now, look, hey, they're in the studio here. We got the brand on them. It's called Branded Bills for a reason. This is about branding up your gills. It's about custom branded merchandise direct to you from the leaders in the space. I'm telling you, the highest quality, the most comfort, and my favorites. My son Nash is here. He knows. Nash, I'm wearing a hat all the time. Oh, yeah. He's shaking his head. He knows. But yes, Daddy's always wearing Branded Bills because they look the best. They feel the best. And look, these performance hats, look, they got this mesh. That's a summertime hat right there, baby. That's a performance mesh hat, still looks the part. You got the business in the front and the party in the back. That's what it's about. Again, branded bills, order custom. Go to the website. You'll see in the top right corner, custom. Click on that button. Literally, they will. Their design team. You give them your logo file. They'll put together designs using patches, using different designs coming up. Use your tagline. These guys are pros. They'll make your hats look great. Your sweatshirts, your hoodies. Hey, look, hoodie time is not now. It's hot. But you want to be ordering them now for the wintertime. Telling you, I gave you this tip last week. Business development. Literally, get you a hoodie, get you a hat, send that to one of your prospects instead of that cheesy email that they don't open that goes straight to their spam folder. You send a personal note with your branded bills gear that they're going to know is quality, which means you're serious in business, and you send it to them with a nice personal note and thank me later. When you get a call, when they actually want to go have dinner with you, when they want to take your call and they want to take your emails or your phone calls, that's a warm up. There's your free warm up. And what's that? 50, 60, 70 bucks for a hot prospect or warm prospect that's now warm instead of cold. Cold email sucks. Branded Bills doesn't. Go to brandedbills.com. You'll thank me. And look, you'll pick yourself up a nice like state hat or their camo, white camo. That stuff's fire. I wear that all the time. I'm a wearer, I'm a user, I'm a believer. They are the official sponsor of Right About Now with Ryan Alford, and we love them. We appreciate them. All righty. After that, robots and the suits. So, box office fun here. This doesn't surprise me. $155 million at the box office for Inside Out 2. The latest animated video from Pixar and Disney. Did you see the first one of these, Chris? I don't know that you're necessarily Inside Out. Okay. I
think the wrong demographic.
Yes, but hey, you gotta see.
I'm intrigued though.
Yes, but no, Inside Out. I thought it was actually a smart animated movie because it shows like the inside of people's heads, like the way they're really thinking. And there's like all the different, your ego, like different part. It's like sort of made up of both your ego and different segments of your brain that all are sort of have these talking parts as characters and how they attack things based on your personality. It was clever. The first one was, but nonetheless, Pixar and Disney has not been having hits as recently. So, but 155 million. It's the second highest theatrical opening of an animated film and the first film since Warner Brothers' Barbie topped 100 million during its debut. I mean, and I brought this up for a couple of reasons. One, I have kids and people are checking out summer movies and stuff like that. And I haven't even seen this movie to know if it's like living up to what it is. It's more that what happened to summer movies in like the blockbusters, man? Like
COVID killed it.
Yeah.
COVID killed it. I remember.
Yeah.
Like pre-COVID, because even I was 27, 28, 29. I'd still go on dates to movies and stuff, and it was like it's still a thing to do. And then all these movie theaters shut down after COVID, and I feel like a lot of them didn't open except for like the dining experience ones, which is still cool. But you're right.
Yeah, it's like you have the proliferation of so many people have the big TVs at home now. You got the sound system, home TV at home, cheaper, popcorn, all restroom, everything's right there. And I think we talked about this before with what Netflix is, creating some of these experiential theaters and stuff. That's where they has to evolve to. Like, if you're going to get people off the couch, literally, and into the theater, it needs to be. And look, I know you can't like watch the movie and pay attention and like necessarily play games at the same time. But whether it's the wait service, the full bar, whether it's someone needs to innovate in that space.
Yeah.
I have to do a follow up on that Netflix article that we read about to see if they've opened any of these, if they've gone any further. But just serving some buttered popcorn and hoping people show up, unless you just have a title like this that has a sequel, so you already have the built-in brand and awareness. So getting people out, it's hard, and so you got to really evolve and push the category, I think. And you don't want distractions during it necessarily, but there's got to be a way. Something that gets you there. Dave and Buster's needs to figure that out. Hey, had a little movie theater in the back, you know? If they could somehow figure out how I could play one of those games and watch the movie and pay attention. Maybe gambling on, they have gambling on games now. So like, maybe if I could bet on what happens in the movie while it's going on. Oh, I know this character. He's going to do this. Cool. Yeah, if he don't. Like, side bets on the plots of the movie. There you go. We're betting on everything else now.
Mm-hmm.
What's the last movie you saw at the theater, Chris?
The Bob Marley movie a couple months ago. I forget the name of it. One Love, maybe.
One Love. Yep. Really
good movie. It was one of the dinner dining experience theaters, like Cine.
Was this a date?
One of those. This was a date.
Ah, okay. Y'all ate and watched the movie?
We did.
How was that?
Yeah. It's lovely.
Okay.
Although I like those experiences, but sometimes it's like annoying hearing people's silverware and stuff clattering.
Yeah, I can see that. All right. Need finger foods only? These people smacking on some wings.
Ordering like ribeyes and they're like cutting it up. Like, and it's almost too comfortable with the blankets and the reclining chairs. But at that point,
blankets?
Yeah, dude. And at that point, you're kind of like, man, like, I got to wake back up and like drive home after this. And that's where I can see when you're at home, it's just like.
You had the steak, a giant steak, and the blanket.
Dude, yeah, eat a 12-ounce in a blanket. You're falling asleep, bro.
You're like snoring on the recliner watching the movie. They're like, sir, no, the credits are over. I'm going to need you to leave.
I mean, I've definitely done that.
You fall asleep at the actual movie theater?
Yeah, especially like in my drinking days.
Uh-huh.
You know, because like they're bringing you drinks, you can go to the bar, and it's like you get a full meal, and then I just get tired and fall asleep.
I can see that, but you know, especially you get a blanket in a reclining chair. Yeah,
it's an expensive nap, dude.
It is. It's called just take a like a Advil PM and call it a day.
Yeah, but I still think it's good to get out, and I think we're at a time where people are realizing even if you have to force yourself to get out, you need to get out there. You can't just do everything at home.
Yes. Finally today, McDonald's loses Chicken Big Mac trademark battle with their Irish rival. This is from Euronews.com. Irish rival Super Mac has complained of McDonald's trademarking the name Super Mac. Despite not offering any food items of this name, fast food giant McDonald's has lost the right to use the Big Mac name exclusively for its large chicken sandwich in the EU following a recent ruling by the European Court of Justice. This was following a long-standing court case with the Irish food rival Super Mac, which sells chicken nuggets as well as chicken and beef burgers all over Ireland. So they can't use the Big Mac name, baby. Super Mac.
I mean, why would I want the name Mac in my item? Doesn't that come from McDonald's?
One would think, but I think Super Mac might have been around, you know, so it just happens to have the Mac moniker. It's an older brand.
Yeah, their name was Super Mac. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So, but Big Mac was used by Super Mac, and so now McDonald's can. So, you know, strike one up for the little guys, Super Mac.
Hey, I like it.
Yeah. You never know. The Big Mac. I'm more of a Whopper guy personally, you know, and give me a Whopper with some McDonald's fries and some Chick-fil-A sauce.
And a Frosty from Wendy's.
Yes. The mix and match of the value bills. Like that would be my ideal. That'd be a good one. Like, what's your favorite? Like, if you could mix and match favorite restaurant, and I know they do that. Somebody's gonna say, "Well, you could do that on DoorDash." You can. It's just not very efficient. It's not gonna be as warm. You got to get it all hot and ready at the same time. So, Whopper, McDonald's fries, Wendy's Frosty. Yeah, I would agree. Maybe if we want to get real greedy, like a shake from the Clock or something here in Greenville, but like. Fast food, traditional fast food, that Frosty's hard to beat. And then, chicken nuggets are probably the best nuggets as far as, other than, I don't know,
Where?
Chick-fil-A nuggets.
At McDonald's?
Chick-fil-A nuggets are probably pretty.
It just depends. They're completely different.
It's different.
It's just a different vibe, different taste.
Yeah.
Because I love them both equally.
My kids eat fast food, and I eat it when they eat it. It's, I don't know, right now it's a little too much because it's like summertime, the kids are out. So we appreciate you wherever you are. If you're mowing down a Big Mac right now, make it a Whopper. It'll taste better. Flame broiled, baby. But those McDonald fries, they are the king of fries, right? If they're hot with some salt on them, let's be honest. Pretty tasty. We hope you made you hungry, if nothing else. That's what we like to do. Any final words, my friend? Anything exciting happening in Miami this week that everyone needs to know about?
Nothing publicly, but I will be doing another podcast for Stay True with a very cool guest.
Nice.
Saturday.
Hey, perfect.
So
that'll be out soon.
Yes. Stay
True, Chris's other show, and of course Vibe Science, the one we do together, is rocking and rolling. Had a lot of good guests. We talked big gum this week. I never thought I would talk about that, Chris. Speaking of business, big gum. He's taking down the gum industry. I think, everybody sort of gets a chip on their shoulder about something. Who knew that gum was potentially so unhealthy? So, you got to have the right gum. Talking to you, Nash. Let me get you some of that healthy gum.
That's right.
Check that out, vibescience.media. All of the episodes and insights from there. You can find Chris on Instagram at Chris Broby Hansen. I'm at Ryan Alford. You can find the blue check mark next to right about now, right? That's how you know it's us. Verified, because we are number one, because of you. You can always get more at ryanisright.com. I'm at Ryan Alford on all the platforms. We want to thank Brandon Bills, thank Drew, we want to thank Sawyer, our whole team. Teamwork makes a dream work. We'll see you next time, right about now.
This has been Right About Now with Ryan Alford, a RadCast Network production. Visit ryanisright.com for full audio and video versions of the show or to inquire about sponsorship opportunities. Thanks for listening.